Under dry forest, features are rainfall, temperature, areas, height, and different types. Next, tidal or mangrove forest. These forests are directly related to coastal and deltic areas. These forests grow along the coasts and on the edges of the deltas. Famous for mangrove and sundri trees, consist of thick bushes and ferns. They are known as helophytes, means littoral, swampy, it means tolerant of salinity. They are found in Sundarbans, world's largest delta, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, deltas of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, it means east flowing rivers, peninsular rivers. Now the meaning of helophytes. Helophytes means tolerant of salinity. Mountain forests vary considerably along the slopes of mountain. On the foothills of Himalayas, up to a height of 1500 meters, evergreen trees, sal, teak, bamboo and cane grow abundantly. On higher slope below 1500 meters to 3500 meters, temperate conifer trees, pine, fir, oak, maple, deodar, level, spruce, cedar grow. At the higher altitude of the Himalayas, rhododendrons and junipers are found. Beyond these vegetation belts, alpine grasslands appear up to snowfield. What is the percentage of forest cover in India? The forest area covers approximately 21% of the total land area of the country. Forest area is the area notified and recorded as the forest land irrespective of the existence of trees. Noteworthy point for MCQ's purpose, the forest area covers 21.34% of the total land area of the country. The natural vegetation includes forests, grasslands and shrubs lands. It has several social, economic and environmental benefits. Forests fulfill the needs of man like timber, paper, herbs, etc. They are habitat of wildlife and have great potential of recreational activities. The vegetation cover helps in controlling soil erosion and floods. It helps in keeping the water and air clean. Forests are home of tremendous biodiversity. Through the process of photosynthesis, forests consume carbon dioxide and release life-supporting oxygen. Therefore, forests play an important role in reducing the effects of global warming. Large tracts of forested lands have been cleared for the purpose of agriculture, fuel, timber, livestock, etc. The area under forest cover is therefore constantly falling. Forest area is based on the records of the State Revenue Department. All efforts to conserve forests bring fruitful results when these are supplemented by the forest management. A number of aspects are taken into consideration for the management of forests. First of all, the whole area under forest cover should be thoroughly surveyed. It helps in the categorization of forests. Economic value of different categories is estimated that helps in the plant cutting of trees. The process of management becomes easier when the total area under forest is divided into different administrative divisions. Each area is allotted to an officer. The persons involved in the management of forests should get proper training. Social and agroforestry strengthen the forest management programs. Implementation of policy decisions should be made effectively. Research programs should be initiated so that new techniques of forest management are devised. The Government of India proposed to have a nationwide forest conservation policy and adopted a forest policy in 1952, which was further modified in 1988. The forest policy aimed at bringing 33% of the geographical areas under forest cover, maintaining environmental stability, and to restore forests where ecological balance was disturbed. The forest policy aimed at conserving the natural heritage of the country, its biological diversity and genetic pool, check soil erosion, extension of the desert lands, and reduction of floods and droughts. The forest policy aimed at increasing the forest cover through social forestry and afforestation on degraded land, increasing the productivity of forests to make timber, fuel, fodder, and food available to rural population dependent on forests. The forest policy aimed at creating of a massive people's movement involving women to encourage planting of trees, stop felling of trees, and thus reduce pressure on the existing forest. Social forestry. Social forestry is a program that involves the farmers and the local people in forestry activities. A few trees are selected to meet their needs. The National Commission on Agriculture, Government of India, first used the term social forestry in 1976. Major objective of the social forestry project is taking off the pressure from forests and making use of all unused and fallow land. Government forest area that are close to human settlements and have been degraded over the years due to human activities need to be afforested. Trees and planted in and around agriculture fields, plantation of trees along railway lines and roadsides, river and canal banks is carried out. Trees are also planted in village common land, government wasteland and panchayat land. Social forestry thus aims at raising plantation by common man so as to meet the growing demand for timber, fuel wood, fodder, etc., thereby reducing the pressure on the traditional forest area. Social forestry involves the farmers and local people in forestry to meet their household needs. The trees are so selected that they are of greater utility. The need for a social forestry scheme is felt as India has large rural population that depends mainly on fuel wood and other biomass for their cooking and heating. This demand for fuel wood will not come down in the near future, but the area under forest will reduce further due to the growing population and increasing human activities. Social forestry in 1976 further divided into different parts: urban forestry, rural forestry, agroforestry, and community forestry. Urban forestry pertains to the raising and management of trees on public and privately owned lands. Rural forestry lays emphasis on promotion of agroforestry and community forestry. Agroforestry, planting of trees on and around agriculture boundaries on marginal and private lands in combination with agricultural crops, is known as agroforestry. Objective of agroforestry is similar to social forestry with an additional benefit of increasing soil fertility. In simple words, the agroforestry is a part or category of social forestry. Agroforestry is the deliberate growing of trees and shrubs along with the crops in the fields. It reduces the pressure on forests for fuel wood. Points to remember: regulated and planned cutting of trees help to conserve and manage the forest ecosystem. Afforestation is a program of converting land into forest cover. Forest fire is a big threat and human efforts can put a control over it. Proper use of forest products can reduce some pressure of forests. Forests should be protected from the animals and diseases. Policy decisions of forest management programs should be implemented effectively. Another noteworthy points: overgrazing should be avoided to protect grasslands. Joint forest management techniques can be adopted to save forests and soil. Agroforestry is planting of trees and shrubs along with the crops in farms. Social forestry involves local people to grow more trees and control soil erosion. For the purpose of effective conservation of flora and fauna, special steps have been initiated by the Government of India in collaboration with UNESCO's Man and Biosphere Program. There are 92 national parks and 492 wildlife sanctuaries.